To understand the process, we need to know the parts that make it up, how these parts fit together and move, and the nature and sources of those forces that power the action and reaction. The communication process is made up of varied components. We have the sender receiver, message, channel, feedback, and setting or environment. This makes up the elements of communication process. Now let us tackle the elements one by one. First, we have the sender receiver. In most communication situations, the person is a sender receiver, which means that he or she both sends and receives message simultaneously. In the communication that we are having right now, I am the sender, but I can also become the receiver. Second element is the message, which refers to the content of a communication which one seeks to share, be it facts, ideas, feelings, or whether it be concrete or abstract. In this communication, the message is the lesson that I am teaching right now. Third is the channel. The channel is a pathway through which a message is transmitted. How did I transmit the message to you? It is through this video. So the channel is this video. Next element is feedback. Feedback is a response of the receiver, whether verbal or nonverbal, to source message. Feedback enables the sources to find out if the message was received and understood. There is always a feedback in communication. So if you, after watching this video, if you have question, if you ask me question, that is your feedback. A simple like, a simple thumbs up, a simple smile, and even not replying, that is already called feedback. Lastly is the setting or environment. This too refers to the internal and external factors affecting the communication process. And among those elements, there is always a noise. Noise in communication is anything that blocks or interferes with the meaning of our particular message. The following are examples of noise. We have environmental noise. This refers to the noise generated by the environment, such as passerby simultaneously talking while you are in deep conversation with your teacher. For example, while watching this video, your neighbors are singing in karaoke. That is an environmental noise. Second, physiological noise. This refers to physical abnormalities that prevent a message from being transmitted accurately. For example, you have hearing problem right now. If you cannot understand the message that was given to you or that was sent to you because you cannot hear properly, that is a physiological noise. If the one who is sending or the sender cannot pronounce properly, so you were not able to understand what he or she says, then that is a physiological noise. Next is semantic noise. Semantic noise refers to how the message is interpreted by the receiver depending on the cultural or linguistic background. Sometimes we misinterpret a message because we have different culture and we have different language from the sender. Next, we have the syntactic noise. This type of noise is about mistakes in grammar, such as abrupt changes in verb tense in a sentence. A grammatical mistake, when the sender commits grammatical mistake, the receiver might not be able to understand the real meaning of the message. Another one is organizational noise. This refers to how the message is arranged. In most communication events, the organization of the message matters most, and it is the common causes of misunderstanding. We also have cultural noise, which pertains to the misunderstanding as a result of cultural differences. For example, you are talking to a person from Cebu, so he or she speaks Bisaya, and you said to him, kinagat ako ng langgam. And that person might misinterpret that you were bitten by a bird because langgam in Bisaya is called is bird, not ant. So he or she might misunderstand you because you have different culture, different language. So that is a cultural noise. And lastly, we have physiological noise. This refers to the attitude of either the speaker or the listener towards one another. For example, um, you are talking to your enemy. No matter how nice or how kind his or her message is, you will always interpret it as neg- you will always interpret it negatively because your attitude towards him or her is negative. That is physiological noise. Since communication is a process, it must be understood that it is a series of steps which can be exemplified from the beginning of a conversation until it stops. The communication process, again, consists of six important elements. One, the sender, the message, the receiver, the medium or channel, the feedback, and the setting or environment.